Oh, we're talking mock draft again. This one coming from Daniel Jeremiah. This is his mock 2.0 of the offseason. Let's take a look at who he has the New York Jets selecting.
Jets, Jets!
All right, welcome in. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, we are talking another mock draft breakdown. This one coming from NFL.com's Daniel Jeremiah, our good buddy Daniel Jeremiah, who was scouts with Joe Douglas in Baltimore at the same time. So we are going to pay extra close attention to this mock draft. Now, last time in his mock 1.0, he had the New York Jets selecting edge rusher from Oregon, Kayvon Thibodeaux at number 4, and he had the Jets taking Washington cornerback Trent McDuffie at number 10. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at this whole draft in general and see what we could kind of diagnose from it. So to start off his draft, he has Neal, Hutchinson, and Hamilton going 1, 2, 3. That leaves the Jets with an option of Ikem Ekwonu and Kayvon Thibodeaux. These are two guys that the New York Jets have been linked to a lot in mock drafts. The edge rusher, the Jets have been looking for one since 2005. And with the offensive lineman in Ekwonu, possibly looking to upgrade the offensive line, solidify it for Zach Wilson, and maybe give yourself a little bit of security for Mekhi Becton. Now, at number 4, he has the Jets taking Ikem Ekwonu and passing on who he had the Jets selecting last time in Kayvon Thibodeaux. Now, I don't particularly like this. I do like Kayvon Thibodeaux enough for him to be the 4th overall pick for me. Like, number 4, I would be I shouldn't say pretty upset, but I'm really not thrilled with the idea of having to go offensive line really early. Because if you had asked me last year, Mekhi Becton, Denzel Mims, offensive line, wide receiver, don't have to touch these things for the next year or two. Unfortunately, with everything going the way it is, offensive line isn't quite as solidified as you'd like to hope right now, and Mekhi Becton going into his going to need his 5th-year option at the end of next year, as well as Phantom McGovern going into the final years of their contract. You may have to consider offensive line early here. And look, Ekwonu is probably the offensive lineman. If I had to take one, him or Kenyon Green are probably the two guys that I'm really looking at towards the top of this draft. And look, he's he is a scheme fit. Wide zone blocking, guy can play guard, guy can play tackle, incredible versatility. The guy, like I've said many times before, will bury you 6 feet deep. Like, this guy finishes his blocks. He would make a perfect tandem for him and Elijah Vera Tucker. 10-year guards on either side of Zach Wilson. We're going to be able to run the ball all over people. So I do like this pick. I don't like it because we pass on Thibodeaux. But overall, I do like Ekwonu. Now, going down a little bit further, he has Trayvon Walker going to the Giants at number 5. I think this is the highest I've seen him go. I'm pretty sure. This is alarmingly high because it's even higher than Kayvon Thibodeaux, which I don't think I've seen anyone go higher than Thibodeaux at the edge position with the exception of Aiden Hutchinson. So a little odd to see that, but they get the edge rusher from Georgia. This is someone that you definitely want to keep an eye on. Another guy that we heard a lot of stuff about in the Senior Bowl, Trevor Penning of Northern Iowa, going to the Panthers at number 6. That's way higher than I've seen him. I do think Daniel Jeremiah had, I want to say he had, was it Penning? I think Penning was 12th or 13th, and then Walker was right around the same. So they were all just outside the top 10. Now he has them both inside the top 6. So interesting nonetheless. Drake London out of USC, the wide receiver, going 7. Kayvon Thibodeaux falling all the way to number 8 to Atlanta. That is a long fall, and there's no way in hell I see that happening. I don't care what sort of personality traits Kayvon Thibodeaux has. He has, the elite athleticism to really do whatever he wants in the NFL. I would be surprised if he made it to number 8, but it is what it is. He then has his 4th of the edge rushers going at number 9, just one pick in front of the Jets, and this is a popular name for Jet fans recently, and that is Jermaine Johnson. Now, up until recently, we've really seen Jermaine Johnson sitting somewhere around the 20s or so, but he's starting to make his way up draft boards, and now we see him go number 9 to the Denver Broncos or whoever would be sitting there if they wind up trading out. Maybe the Packers. So, would the Jets sitting at number 10, would you be looking to trade out? There hasn't been a quarterback going off the board yet. But the Jets sit tight, and they take another cornerback. This time, it's not Trent McDuffie. It's going to be Sauce Gardner out of Cincinnati. Now, I really like this pick. Sauce is literally my favorite cornerback in this entire draft. And if the Jets came away with him at number 10, I would be very excited. He's someone that I think should go before Derek Stingley Jr. I do think that there is a realistic possibility that Sauce goes before the Jets at number 10, so this wouldn't shock me if he's not even available for the New York Jets. He never allowed a touchdown through 3 years of college. He has 9 interceptions and 2 returned for touchdowns in his college career. He allowed just 131 total yards during the course of last season and 14 yards against Alabama on 4 targets in the college football playoffs. Dude has an enormous wingspan, and like I said in my previous video about him, rock solid IQ. Football IQ is on point. This guy knows how to break on a ball, connect on the interception. We haven't been able to get the ball away from opposing offenses, but either by way of fumble or by way of interception. An interception, when you're out wide and you can possibly get a pick six, that is so enormous compared to where we've been. We've just been like bottom of the league in terms of turnover ratio, and it's brutal. One, we definitely have to stop on the offensive side, but you got to get the turnovers on the defensive side for sure. Now, I do like this. This guy can play zone coverage. He can play man coverage. He actually played the most press coverage in all of college football last year. And then I want to say his man-zone breakdown was pretty much 50-50 split across the board. And he played really, really well. We implement more of a zone scheme, but we do play plenty of man as well. So yeah, I like this pick. I think this is a rock-solid pick for the New York Jets. Now, if I want to go through a little bit of some of the other picks and guys that actually fell to the second round, because this was a full first-round mock draft. You have, well, like I said, Trayvon Walker, Trevor Penning, 2 highest guys, or highest jumps in players that I think I've seen or at least recognize. Kayvon Thibodeau falling to number 8 was weird. Kenyon Green goes number 11 instead of a quarterback at number 11 to Washington, so that's a little odd. I would have thought that would have been a spot for the Jets to really trade out with Washington sitting there, but who knows? Maybe they go a different route. Now, the first quarterback he does have going, and the only one going in the first round, he has Malik Willis going to the Steelers at number 20. Now, there's rumors that are going to be flying around. Could the Jets slide back from 10 to 20? Could the Steelers move up even further than 10 if they think Malik Willis is not going to be there? There's going to be a lot of opportunities for the New York Jets to possibly move down. There's going to be a lot of trade speculation. So it's going to be interesting nonetheless. I don't think 20 is where the first quarterback winds up getting taken. Other popular names on Jet fans' lists, Nakobe Dean goes 24 to the Cowboys. That's the same as Daniel Jeremiah's mock 1.0. Treylon Burks falls from number 8 in his mock 1.0 all the way down to the Bills at number 25. Tyler Linderbaum, who was previously 31st overall going to the Bengals, now going 26th to the Titans. Jameson Williams, previously 30th to the Chiefs, now going 27th to the Bucs. That one makes a lot of sense, especially if Godwin winds up leaving. Then you just kind of swap out one ACL teared wide receiver for another, and Jameson Williams has like an astronomical ceiling. Now, guys that did fall to the second round from what I'm looking at here, Trey McBride, Zion Johnson, and Andrew Booth, are probably the 3 that are jumping out at me the most. There's probably other guys that I'm just overlooking, but I really like this because now you go into picks 32, 33, 34, and 35, so you're just waiting for your 4th player before you get to make another selection. Then I believe it's the Giants and Texans that are picking right behind us. So if you're looking O-line in the second draft or in the second round, you'd probably want to take it at 35 and wait for the tight end at 38 as much as you want to run up to the podium and take Trey McBride. I think the Texans and Giants are bigger risks at taking an offensive lineman as opposed to the tight end. But again, if you're taking Ekwonu at 4, you're probably not drafting another offensive lineman in the second round. So, guys, let me know what your thoughts of this draft are down below in the comments. Do you like Ekwonu? Do you like Sauce Gardner? Are you upset that we passed on Thibodeau? Would you have preferred a different player at either one of the picks? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets.
Jets!